All right, Marcellus. Sports Shooting Stars bring the game to you. And tonight, that's right, we got a big one, Made Hoops. I know you heard about Made Hoops. Right now, I got my man Trent Watson, man, scout for Made Hoops, dude. Thank you so much for a couple minutes here with your time. I appreciate it.
No, it's truly an honor. I thank you for having me.
Dude, I read about you online, checked out your LinkedIn. It seemed like everything I was like basketball, basketball, basketball from New York to Dover, Delaware. Tell us a little bit about your basketball background and how you got hooked up with the gigantic Made Hoops.
Well, I mean, I've been playing pretty much my whole life. I come from a basketball family. Um, and a guy named Chad Babel, who a lot of people are familiar with,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
he was key in helping me maximize my exposure and my development when I was going through my process as a player, when he was, going through at Hoop Group. And, so he helped me a lot. And I just kind of went on. I played high school, played on the national prep circuit. I did 2, 3 years at a D2 school. And, unfortunately, things kind of got cut short due to COVID.
Mm,
But, I kind of after that, I pivoted right into the other side of the basketball world. And, I just started working on this side, just really being a scout. I kind of started at the pro level around 2020, doing some overseas things, and
nice.
I got my feet wet in grassroots scouting with the circuit hoops. And then, my guy Chad found out what I was doing. I pulled up to the Northeast preview, which we just finished this past weekend. Chad was there. He was like, "Yo, I see you're doing some awesome things, man. I would love, for you to be a part of the family and come on home and take your talents to May Hoops." So after
Nice.
we talked about it, he hooked me up with Eric Hanford, and now we're here. The rest is history.
Wow. So it's that fresh? Like this all just transpired?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's awesome. Well, man, going right into tonight, 6:30 in Philadelphia,
Yes,
Jake
sir.
West, who's internet sensation and beyond all that, an awesome hooper. And I got to talk to his dad, got to talk to his coach, just an unbelievable player. I mean, followers or not, the dude just seems like legit a great kid who puts the work in and beyond all that, an unbelievable basketball player. Tonight at 6:30, man, we're gonna find out. There's 5 schools that he's got it down to. We're gonna find out which one it is. Man, how are you? Are you pumped as I am for this whole thing to happen tonight?
Yeah, man, I'm very excited. I have a pretty great relationship with Jake. It's amazing. I've watched him throughout his process. I've seen the growth, and I'm just super excited. I think he deserves everything that's coming his way.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And the one thing when I was talking to his dad, the one thing that if you listen to the whole interview that you might miss, but there was a lot of teams that he went out for Philadelphia like 4, 5, 6 years ago. He didn't make the team. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't just like he woke up and unbelievably, dominating. Like
Yeah,
there was some bumps in the road, which I always tell the young kids out there, like those bumps in the road, they're gonna happen. You just gotta not let them affect you forever, man. Get better and keep working, and that's what this young man has done. So I
absolutely.
can't wait. I'm going to be there as well, talking about this and getting it ready to roll. But talk a little bit, talking about not making teams and stuff. You're a scout now for Made Hoops.
Mhm.
So are you traveling up and down the East Coast? You going nationwide? Because Made Hoops is a big deal at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. This past weekend we had our Northeast preview in New Jersey, where I just watched Jake and Penn Charter put together a good performance against some of the better teams in the Northeast region. So yeah, I definitely am involved in this area, Philly, Delaware, DMV, New York. It's definitely a good crop of basketball, and I'm everywhere.
Nice, dude. Well, I mean, Made Hoops used to be just East Coast, but now it's more nationwide and beyond.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but I just love giving back to the kids, man, and shining the light. And Jake West, I mean, he's seems like one of a kind for sure. I mean, the movement that's behind him and his family and everything. So I'm excited for tonight, 6:30. Make sure you're following Made Hoops on all platforms. We're gonna drop it on YouTube. It's gonna be on IG. It's gonna be on TikTok. It's gonna be everywhere. But the easiest thing for you to do is follow Made Hoops on YouTube. And while you're there, follow Sports Shooting Stars also. Trent Watson, man, what else you got to say about my man Jake?
Oh man, I could say a lot. But I mean, I'll say this. I feel like when I watch Jake play, I feel like what separates him from a lot of other guards in his class or in the country is just kind of his IQ and the things that you can't teach. Like, you know what I mean? Like Jake is an incredible leader. He's very vocal. He's the type of player that, he's gonna pick guys up. He's constantly, clapping, giving guys reassurance, but he's also a very good leader that will hold guys accountable. You know what I mean? And that's important, especially from your point guard. You need
Yeah,
that. He's a guy that's unselfish. He's gonna get everybody involved. He's gonna make sure everybody's engaged. Um, and he's gonna put himself last as far as he's gonna make sure, okay, my big man's been running hard, he's been setting screens, he's been rebounding, he hasn't gotten a touch in 3 4 possessions, so let me call something for him coming down, just to make sure he's still engaged, he's still willing to do those dirty work things that he's been doing all game that's helping us win games and stuff like that. He can do a lot of good things on the floor. He can stretch the floor from three, can score in the mid range. Tough, super tough, gritty. Jake just he has the intangibles, things you can't teach, feel. Jake is an amazing player, and when I think about Jake, people mention a lot about maybe what he can't do, or oh, he's not the strongest, or he's not the fastest or the quickest. But me personally, I look at okay, that's fine, but look at the things that he can do and the things that he does well. You know what I mean? We watch high level basketball all the time, and I see guards who can't even really make an entry pass into the post. Like, you know what I mean? So it's Jake can make is not a pass on the floor that Jake can't make from your point guard. So I
dude.
really I really think he's a high level guy, and the lucky school that has the chance to take on Jake and his talents for the next 4 years will get an amazing player and an even better person.
Yeah, for sure, man. We got more Northwestern, Coastal Carolina, VCU, Charlotte, and Florida. That's the last five. Tonight,
Mm.
6:30, we're gonna find out which one is getting Jake West. Make sure you tune in, Made Hoops on all platforms. Trent, man, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yep, appreciate you. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, Marcellus Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the
We
game.
bring the game to you.
Contact us, sportsshootingstars@gmail.com.